Hello, and welcome to I Will Become a Millionaire, the YouTube channel that is part financial journey and part education. Today I want to talk about getting on the UK property ladder in 2020. According to Santander's first-time buyer study carried out in 2019, 70% of potential first-time buyers believe that the dream of homeownership is already over for many. On the face of it, this view appears to be justified, as the average age of a first-time buyer in the UK has risen from 28 in the 1980s to 33 today. However, in this video I intend to present the view that it is not all doom and gloom for first-time buyers, and that in some ways it is easier for millennials to get on the property ladder in 2020 than it was for our parents' generation. Let's compare buying a property for the first time in 2020 with buying in 1986 when my parents bought their first home by looking at a number of categories. Deposits. Small deposits were common in the 1980s. In 1989, for example, 42% of first-time buyers put down a deposit of less than £1,000 and just over a third received a 100% advance. The majority of lenders nowadays require a minimum deposit of 10%. 1986 is the clear winner here. Mortgage income multiples. In the 1980s, mortgage income multiples were commonly 2.5 times salary. Now lending at between 4 and 5 times salary is the norm. 2020 wins this category. Property prices and salaries. According to Land Registry data, in January 1986, when the Pet Shop Boys were topping the music charts, the average price of a UK property was £31,000. In June 2020, which is the most recent month for which data was available at the time of writing, the average price of a UK property was £238,000. Average wages in 1986 were £7,500 per year. Latest figures give an average salary nowadays of £30,400. This would mean an average UK property in 1986 was 4.1 times average earnings, whereas today an average UK property is 7.8 times average earnings. That's another point for 1986. Taxation and government assistance. The basic income tax rate was 30% in 1986 compared to 20% in 2020. But mortgage interest relief was available on your own home until the late 1980s. However, the government's Help to Buy scheme and lifetime ISAs were not available in the 1980s. In addition, the rent-a-room scheme was not introduced until the 1990s, where you can let out a furnished spare room in your house to a lodger to make up to £7,500 per year tax-free. 2020 wins this category. Choice of mortgage product. There are more lenders in the market now than in the 1980s, which has led to increased competition. There is also a wider range of mortgage products available. Fixed rate mortgages were not introduced until the 1990s, so all mortgages were variable rate in the 1980s. Another clear win for 2020. Interest rates. The Bank of England base rate is currently at its lowest ever level at 0.1%. In January 1986, the base rate was a staggering 12.38%, and mortgage rates above 15% were commonplace. In 2020, it is possible to get a mortgage with an interest rate below 2%. To illustrate how crippling a 15% interest rate is versus a 2% interest rate, let's look at two scenarios. In the first scenario, suppose we purchase a property with a £50,000 25-year mortgage at an interest rate of 15%. In the second scenario, we purchase a property with a 25-year mortgage for £100,000 at an interest rate of 2%. Even though the loan is for half the amount in the first scenario, the monthly payment would be £640 compared to £424 in the second scenario. This shows that even though the property price to earnings ratio is around double in 2020 what it was in 1986, monthly payments are much more affordable in 2020. 2020 comes out top in this category. I've shown in this video that it is not all doom and gloom for first-time buyers in the UK. It could be that the increase in the age of first-time buyers is partially due to changing lifestyle choices, such as marrying later in life and moving for work more often. However, it is important to note vast differences in regions of the UK. For example, in London the property price to earnings ratio is around 13. Look out for a future video where I give tips to first time buyers, as I am hoping to buy a property in the next 6 to 8 months. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, just like the interest rates hit our parents' wallets in 1986. If you didn't like this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons anyway. Let me know in the comments section below what your experience has been like if you're a recent first time buyer. Thanks for watching.